wasn't planning on filming, but things kind of took a turn that it might be interesting. Anyhow, we're in Texas, Sandia, Texas, to be honest, at my brother-in-law's house. It must be rough to wake up to, you know, a view like this. Even with it cloudy, it's still nice. Anyhow, we're gonna try and get a boat that's been sitting for, nobody really knows. I'm gonna guess at least 2 or 3 years, probably longer. We're gonna see if we can get that thing to run.
But before we get into all that, you got to check this place out. So these are the boat lifts, and it took me about a day to get these operational. They were just bound up from sitting for many years out here on the water. And then that's a jet ski loading area there, right there in front. And I haven't flown this drone in a long time, so you'll have to pardon some of the jerky movements. But this is Lake Corpus Christi, and what a view. And this is a smaller part of the lake, but yeah, this was cool. And in front of us here is a chicken coop that we have since painted. Like I say, they moved in, probably a year or two ago, about 2 years, but a lot of maintenance involved. And while this was a vacation, I was more than eager to kind of help get things kind of caught up here. Coming up here, this is the guest quarters here. Just a little one-room thing, but it's got a shower, microwave, basically like a little hotel room. But the doors pan out, so as soon as you wake up, you're looking at this. That's why I say, man, this is rough. As the drone's getting higher here, that's looking over to the Pinky Way High part of the lake. A lot of expensive homes over there. Not an area I would like to live. Too many HOAs and restrictions, at least from my brother's at. You can pretty much do what you want to do. Very laid back community. You can see how big this lake is. It's pretty massive. And there's a story about that piece that will come up later.
So you know how some people just fall into a deal. I am not one of those people. But anyhow, when this house was purchased, these boats and those 2 jet skis were just left here by the previous owner, who said, you can keep them. So I don't know anything about any of these, but this is the one we're gonna tinker on. Maybe it's 2016, I don't know, but apparently it's a Galaxy. It's got an inboard motor, Mirror Cruiser outdrive, but again, I have no idea what we're getting ourselves into. We put this thing on the charger, hoping to get some life into this battery. This thing's got the Mirror Cruiser 5.0 V8, looks like. Looks pretty clean, though the starter looks a little chewy down there, so we'll see about that. Alright, it's Tuesday. Like I say, I've been having this thing on the charger. This battery's pretty much wasted. So we did get it to roll a little bit on the starter, although these cables are shot. So we're gonna see about getting a battery and getting these cables sorted out. And the other problem is we don't have the keys, so we're having to hot wire it. We'll go again.
So at this point, I didn't film the rest of it, so I hired a crack CGI team to illustrate what happened next. So we filled up the final drive, got the alarm to shut off, and took the boat over to the marina. So the next task was to get it from the marina to my brother's property. That went without a hitch. The boat ran great. We put it on the boat lift, did some more final checks, and got so excited we felt it was time to take this thing for a true rip. So we lowered it back down, started zipping around the lake here, and everything was going great. Boat was running sweet. Then we went on a little adventure, and then everything went to hell. So the boat just stopped running. It literally just quit. So come to find out, we later found out, the fuel filter was plugged because of the gas that we didn't switch out. And in our haste, we didn't bring a phone. I didn't bring any tools. We had nothing. So we were just sitting in the water, looking around, hoping somebody could come by and tow us back. A quick survey of the horizons in every direction revealed we were the only ones on the lake. So any rescue from somebody else was not going to happen. So we tried to restart the boat. It did restart. I started heading back to the dock, and it shut off about every 20 seconds, and then that went to 10, and then we just basically idled it all the way back, but it did make it. In reviewing the high quality CGI renderings for that last clip, it's like someone did film it all. Shout out to the team. You'll get an ice cream sandwich after dinner. So I know what you all are thinking. Why didn't you flush the gas tank? Mighty fine question. I was so excited the boat ran on that old gas. I was hopeful that adding 10 gallons of fresh gas would do the trick. Well, not so much. Now, I've had plenty of experience resurrecting lawnmowers and go-karts and motorcycles and stuff to know we should have purged the tank. Not to mention I watched plenty of Will It Run videos on YouTube. So yeah, it should have happened, but I guess I got overzealous, but it all worked out. Once we got the boat back, I went over to O'Reilly, grabbed a new fuel filter. We put the filter on, the boat fired right up. We took it out for another rip around the bay, and I could tell the performance was starting to kind of dwindle a little bit. So we took it back to the boat dock, and I told my brother to order up a couple more filters, keep one in the boat, keep a tool in the boat to change the filter, but most importantly, he did need to purge the gas tank. I'm happy to say I just got a video of my sister driving the boat, so apparently all is well and it's working and they're not stranded on the lake somewhere.
It's Sunday, Father's Day, and we just got back from Texas, and it's a sad day here on the bus because despite my best efforts, I'm down a lot on my pressure for my air conditioner. She's pretty much flat. So we got a leak somewhere, and there's only a couple places it could be. Those fittings there, or the matching ones in the bus. It wouldn't be the head unit because it comes from the factory with a charge, so it would have leaked out. Unless I poked a hole in it, but I don't believe that's the problem. So we got no cooling inside the bus. Well, as I said before, my first order of business before continuing on this bus, since the air is out and it's already warm, we're gonna get this load to the dump, get this area picked up because it is a wreck. So that's what's on the agenda for Father's Day today. Day after Father's Day was very unproductive. As you can see, Zope was closed on Sundays. I guess you get spoiled in the bigger towns. Like I said, I've got refrigeration ordered, 200 bucks for a 5-pound canister. Ooh-wee. It finally arrived. The $200 bottle of Freon for this mini split here. So I should have been prepping it, but it's hard to get motivated when you know you don't have all the parts. But I need to reroute this. I don't like how these lines come down and loop around. I wanted to leave some extra so if I have to pull the unit out, I can without disconnecting it. But I got to get back to the fundamentals of, these aren't coming out. So I'm going to shorten these lines, plus I'm going to rerun them. I'm going to run them down through the baggage bays here because I think trying to fight the wall thickness on the inside is going to be problematic. Plus, I got to pop a hole for the drain right here because I don't have near enough drain hose, and I don't want to add that much drain hose. So we're just going to run these lines straight down into the baggage bay and then cut across. So the nice thing with stainless steel is it doesn't rust. The bad thing about it, you can't drill nothing without a special bit. And I have some special bits, but none near big enough for what we're doing. So it's time for the plasma cutter. And let's try not to burn the bus down.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Well, this is turning into one of those days to where nothing works. But I did find where my leak is coming from. I managed to kink that hose, rolling this thing into a ball, which I wasn't a fan of, but anyhow. So we've got some parts on order, basically a flaring kit, and we'll get that sorted out and get these lines reran. All right, we're gonna set about fixing our oopsie here. So this is what you're trying to avoid doing when you're bending these refrigeration lines. I don't know if you can see it, but there's just a minute crack in that. Well, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to clean that up just a scotch, but who does what she's supposed to be? Inside from the outside. So we'll basically coming up right in the middle of this bay here. We'll bend those up just a little bit and just come down and through that big old hole. I was going to try and drill, but it's like I already got a hole right there, so we're just going to use that. Yeah.
Eventually.
Well, here goes nothing. 31.16 ounces is what we need. So the unit comes pre-charged with 30 ounces, and it says for lengths over 16 feet you have to add 0.16 ounce per foot. Well, since I'm running roughly 10 extra feet, even though the original charge should be sufficient, I'm still adding another 1.16 ounces. I'll tell you, it's taken me most of the day just to get that pipe bent in the proper direction to get that flare nut to connect. Granted, it was stupid hot, so I would work for about a half an hour and then have to tap out for a little bit. But you're not supposed to ever tip these containers. You're always supposed to fill it with gas. It does take longer. I don't want to blow this unit up. This thing's been a pain in the butt. All right, let's go check it out. Oh yeah, it's working. Now let's just hope she keeps working. All right, I'm a happy camper because I can get back to what I've been meaning to do for 2 weeks. And let's get this bathroom going.